when we think of Boaz, everyone agrees that he's a good guy, he's a generous guy, but we stop short, I think, of saying that he's the kind of guy that God wants us to be because, we are rightly cautious about making examples of moral characters in the Bible. We want to talk about grace and not works. We want to talk about how someone receives something not because they've done something, but because God is gracious and God is good. But when you read the book of Ruth, when you read Ruth chapter 2, you see that the author does want us to look at Boaz very closely and almost to mimic him, to single him out as someone who does something that no one else is doing, simply because of his kindness, simply because of his consideration. And I think that hesitation, needs to be balanced out by the fact that God uses us as agents of his blessing, that God uses people, men and women, who trust in him, who are faithful to him, who receive his grace, to be agents of that grace, agents of that word that he gives to them in faithfulness to give to others. And you see, that's what Boaz does. Boaz, as he gives, food to Naomi, to Ruth, as he shows her kindness, as he gives her protection, he says to her, may the Lord bless you. May you be richly rewarded. We are very nervous about that word, richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you've come to take refuge. And it's talking about how God is rewarding her for her kindness. God is using her to show kindness to Naomi. And God is showing her that she is reflecting his character in showing kindness. And I think when we understand that and we see that connection, we see then that the opposite of kindness, is not necessarily unkindness. There's no bad guy in the book of Ruth. There's no sinister person. But the opposite of kindness is actually just inconsiderateness. It's not doing anything as opposed to doing something that's bad. It's not being that agent of grace. It's not taking notice. It's not being faithful with the things that God has given us by being generous to the people around us. So that's Boaz. I think the author does want us to take notice of him, does want us to almost mimic him, as to see in him the character of God and even the character of Christ in the giving not just of his gifts, but the giving of himself for others, and thereby being God's agent of grace. This is day 4 of Ruth chapter 2.